What's the word, y'all? It's your boy Big Will. We're back with another episode of Life After Prison TV. For this video, we're going to talk about an Aurora sergeant. You can read the headlines. Who was charged with, the child P word. And he was accused 10 years earlier, right? And the whole situation just seems like it got brushed underneath the rug, And there was never... Listen to what they got to say about this shit, man.
And new tonight, an Aurora sergeant arrested for possessing hundreds of lurid videos and pictures of children as young as a year old.
Call 7 investigator Kelly Raybon live tonight. Kelly, you found that Aurora police received a tip about this years before his arrest.
They sure did, Mike. A decade before Morgan Selman pled guilty to exploiting a child, a former girlfriend notified his superiors about child porn she found in Selman's apartment. But instead of thoroughly investigating those claims, Aurora PD moved Selman to work with children.
When Colorado Springs...
You heard what she said, right? When his ex-girlfriend called his superiors, called the police department, and said, I found stacks and stacks of images of children, little 1-year-old kids. Instead of him being charged and prosecuted, they move him so he works with children. Come on.
Police raided this house in 2010. They expected to find child porn, but they didn't expect to find Aurora police uniforms.
It's very disappointing, but it does occur from time to time.
Colorado Springs Sergeant Steve Noblet.
He said, it's very disappointing, but it does occur from time to time. That's a police officer. That don't happen from time to time. That's a police officer. Now, it does happen, but it's not supposed to. Come on, man.
Assured reporters after the arrest that then Aurora police officer Morgan Selman wouldn't get special treatment in their criminal case. When we found Selman did get a break a decade earlier from his employer, the Aurora Police Department.
So they're saying now when we prosecute it, because it's brought out to the light, it's brought out to the public, he ain't getting a special treatment. He did. He got special treatment. So special that they moved him with kids after finding images of children and stuff. They moved him to work with kids. Come on. That's not special treatment. Here, we're going to make it easy for you. Why have to go search on the web and get yourself caught? Go work with the kids. Come on, man.
Our investigation shows Selman's former girlfriend, Brenda Gammy, says she found child porn in Selman's apartment in 1999 or 2000 and went to Aurora Police Internal Affairs. In 2000, Selman was trained as a dare officer working with children and served in that capacity until 2001.
So all his superiors that she reported it to that did nothing, they need to be charged too in conspiracy. They need to be charged in conspiracy to violate the... Come on.
Gammy, who now lives in Washington State, declined to go on camera, but told me on the phone she found, quote, stacks and stacks of kiddie porn inside the magazine, additional pictures of naked kids, all the way down to toddlers. And Gammy's claims are backed up in this internal report Call 7 investigators obtained under open records laws. The report, made after Selman's 2010 arrest, confirmed an earlier internal investigation on Selman regarding pornography.
It was very superficial. It was almost as if all the investigators did was go and talk to whoever made the complaint and confirmed what that person had told someone else, and that was all.
And you see why people don't complain or bring charges or write a report when they're harassed and they're belittled by cops, because it gets covered up by their superiors. Mind you, they're all human beings, right? And so this guy's sergeant was his friend. His captain was his friend. They work in the same police department. They're friends, right? So when someone makes a report You know, it probably didn't even get as high as it got to internal affairs, so the captain had to see it and stuff, right? The major had to see it. The sheriff had to see it. The district attorney had to see it, right? And so they go and talk to her. Oh, you found pictures? Thank you. And that's it. Hey, be careful because they're onto you. Your ex-girl told on you. So no, she don't have to come on camera. She did enough. She did her job. She brought it to the light. She exposed him. Right? It probably turned her stomach and made her sick to her stomach what she found. And she told on him. And his superiors just said, okay, we'll talk to him. And let it go. Come on, man. That's why shit happens in this country the way it does. Because these officers, it gets pushed too far until someone goes to the news, you know, and creates a louder complaint. When it's just one person, you got no voice. When you start going to the news and you get different people involved, and then you know now your voice gets heard. Now they have to do something, right? But it's a little too late. How many kids did he endanger in the last 10 years after getting caught? How many kids were victims? Come on.
It was dropped.
Metropolitan State University criminology professor Joseph Sandoval is a former police lieutenant. At our request, he reviewed the internal records.
It doesn't seem like a good way to run a police department, especially when a police department has to be above reproach.
The records show police never interviewed Selman.
And if they're letting things go, if that police department is letting things go as serious as this, right? Child trafficking and child calling and everything else that's going on. The abuse and the planting evidence and the racist remarks and shit like that, that's all getting, don't worry about that. None of them cops are getting charged. I bet you if the news looked into that police department, if they dug into it, they would see that the internal reports on their police officers are close to zero. You got one or two of cops that they didn't like that they threw out, right? Let's get him out. But probably the majority of complaints made against the police officers, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it for you. Just get out there and crack some heads. Write some tickets. Make us some money. Come on, man.
One deputy chief saying the internal investigation, quote, went nowhere. After Selman's arrest, investigators interviewed Gammy's friends, with one friend saying she saw a couple of pictures years ago, but downplayed them, saying it was a young girl, quote, running topless in water.
So how concerning is it to you looking at the work that was done in this investigation?
Well, it's a concern for the integrity of policing.
Selman is the second Aurora police officer to plead guilty to a sex crime in recent years. Call 7 investigators found Aurora police were warned about both officers years before an arrest.
So, Mayor Hogan, hi, Kelly Raybon with Channel 7.
Hi.
For months, the Call 7 investigators have asked Aurora Police Chief Dan Oates to discuss the failed internal affairs investigations. Instead of talking to us, he issued a preemptive video news release, which we're declining to air because it doesn't allow us to ask follow-up questions. Since Oates wouldn't talk, we went to the city's elected officials.
I wanted to talk to you about some issues with APD's internal affairs.
Well, actually, you need to be talking to the chief.
We've tried to talk to the chief, and he's refused to interview with us.
Then you need to talk to the city manager.
We've tried to talk to him, and he's
It's just
refused to
that
interview
the chief
with us as
doesn't
well.
work for me, and the chief doesn't work for city council.
The chief works for the citizens of Aurora County, and the thing is this: the city council gets the money, and it allocates it to where? To the police department, and they pay to hire the. He don't work for you personally. You're not his boss, but just have say. You vote him out. The city hall takes a vote. We want this police chief out because he's corrupt. His officers are not getting charged with crimes. You get him out. No, you gotta go talk to the city. Go talk to the city. Come on, man. It's always push, push, push.
For it's for the city manager.
Well,
So
both of them have
City
refused to
manager will
interview
take
with
care
us.
of it.
Do you think
You
that
don't like walking?
the police chief and or the city manager should sit down with us to talk about these issues?
I would assume that they should, and I would assume that if they won't, there's probably a reason for it, and as I indicated, we'll find out.
And when we talked to Mayor Hogan, he promised to interview with us if other city officials did not, but then later backed out after saying that he needed to see questions in writing first.
So here's the mayor. I need to see the questions in writing first. So I can say, well, you can't ask me that one, and you can't ask me that one, and you can't ask me that one. Or he's going to call the chief and say, I need an answer for this one, and I need an answer for that one, and the city manager, I need an answer for this one. You can't just sit down and be 100% transparent and let it out. Because you're involved too. That's why. You're all scumbags. You're letting shit happen like this to kids. The elected city officials, the cops, the mayors, you're all dirty scumbags that are terrorizing the children of that community and wherever else. And you're letting that happen to your police officers. They're taking pictures of young girls at the beach. Oh, it was just a young girl that caught on my camera topless. What? You're police officers, but you'll go and bust someone's head open and kick their door down and arrest them and make them look like a piece of shit with their mugshot and stuff. But you're a cop doing the same thing? Ah, come on, man. What's this fucking world coming to?
Now, in a video news release, Chief
world
Oates says
coming
that he stands by his department's internal investigation and that his department helped to prosecute these two officers to the fullest extent of the law. With that said, each man served only 3 months in jail. Reporting live tonight, I'm Call 7 investigator Kelly Raybon.
So they each only spent 3 months in jail. After doing what they did to children for over 10 years. And the chief says, we helped prosecute them to the fullest. What? The district attorney took charges against him and didn't let it go. You didn't do any. You didn't charge him. Someone made a complaint and you didn't even talk to them. You didn't even talk to the... You didn't say nothing to them. You just let them go. And do what they wanted to do. Until it got brought up again. And the district attorney said, no, I'll prosecute these motherfuckers. Let me get... They're going down. Thank you for calling us. Because the police chief, he's in on it. Listen, I don't care what they say. When you know somebody's doing something to that level and you're not prosecuting these individuals, you're not fucking up their whole world, it's because they know and they have enough dirt on you that you're scared to do anything so they don't retaliate against you. Right? And what do they have? Probably the same fucking shit that they got charged with. And you don't want to bring charges because you'll say, Chief, you got pictures too. You sent them to us. Come on, man. Come on. Let me know what you all think, man. I'm sorry for my language and stuff. This is it's bogus. It's bogus. The way that they do shit. And they let shit go for cops. The special treatment that cops get for the crimes that they commit. It is sickening. And this country has to change. Louisiana is giving them a choice. You get caught messing with kids and raping a woman, you get your balls chopped off or you do prison time. Anybody that messes with kids get their balls chopped off either way. The problem is, what do you do when they're women? And they're doing it to kids. What do you do with them? Let me know what you all think. It's your boy Big Will, Life After Prison TV. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.